Hey, what if I told you procrastination isn't about laziness, but about fear, perfectionism, and even LOVE? Yep, love. The love of comfort, the love of control, and sometimes the love of not failing. Today, we're diving into something that's quietly sabotaging our goals, our peace, and our potential. Procrastination. See what I did there? Let's get started. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and you can catch us on all your favorite platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. You can also listen to our episodes on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Podbean, our home. Let Catalyst be the spark that fuels your journey to a more fulfilling life. Because together, we can explore new ideas and unlock your potential. And as always, we want to hear from you. And I'm actually starting to hear from you guys, and this is so great. So thank you so very, very much. Anyone who's interested in being a guest or a contributor with any information, you can reach out to us at catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. Join the Catalyst community today and be part of something truly transformative. Also, coming out on November 28th is my first book. Yes, my first book. So this is coming out on Wednesday, the 26th, right, of November? Yep. And on the 28th, Black Friday, my book will be coming out on digital and paperback. It's called The Ways of Compromise. And compromise has become a dirty word, and we want to correct that. So we're talking about the history of compromise, why it's important, and what steps we can take to get back to the middle and meet. It's my first book. Super excited and super nervous. I hope you like it. And again, coming out digital paperback this coming Friday. With that being said, welcome to episode 121. The Pause That Drains Us. Procrastination and How to Beat It. Okay, so let's be honest here. Show of hands, how many times have you stared at the blinking cursor, just mocking you, flashing there, right? Or that pile of laundry, or that email that you should have sent 3 days ago, and you ever thought, you know what? I can do it later. We've all been there. Some of us more than others, and that's okay. All right? We're going to talk about it. In fact, let me tell you a story about my friend Maya. Maya is like scary smart, like super, super brilliant. Like you always feel dumb around her. She's like super brilliant. But she once spent 3 weeks researching the perfect productivity app. Now, instead of actually doing the work, her phone had more organizational tools than a NASA control room. But her to-do list, still untouched. Or my friend Jimmy. He had a dream to start a YouTube channel. He bought the camera, he bought the mic, the lights, and then spent 6 months tweaking his channel banner. Not one video upload. Then there's me. I once delayed writing a simple email for so long that when I finally sent it, the opportunity had already passed. So what's going on here? Well, first things first, procrastination just isn't poor time management. It's emotional mismanagement. You heard me right. Emotional mismanagement. Here's the truth. And as Milli Vanilli said, girl, you know it's true. We procrastinate because we're trying to avoid discomfort. We're trying to avoid discomfort. That discomfort that might be fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of success. Sometimes it's just the dread of starting something that feels overwhelming. And the kicker? The longer we delay, the heavier the task feels. It's like dragging a suitcase uphill. It doesn't get lighter, just more exhausting. According to a study from the University of Calgary, 95% of people admit to procrastination. I wonder how long it took them to admit that. because procrastinators procrastinate, right? And about 20% of that 95% are chronic procrastinators. That's not just a bad habit, that's a lifestyle. And let's be real. Let's be real. Every now and then these like baby talk words come out of me. I don't understand it. But if procrastination was an Olympic sport, some of us would have the gold medal in creative avoidance. I might be a multiple gold medal winner. I once cleaned an entire fridge to avoid writing a report. Shelves were sparkling, but zero progress. So let's flip the script, because procrastination isn't just a bad habit. It's a coping mechanism. But the good news is we can rewire it. So I give you 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 science-backed ways to beat procrastination that actually feel good doing it. Are we ready? Grab a pen, grab a paper, grab your phone, grab your voice recorder, whatever you're going to do, and let's get started. Now, some of these you've probably heard before and some of them you haven't, but I say this week, give it a try. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Nothing. So give it a try. Invest in yourself and see what can happen if we try out these 5 ways. Let's start off with number 1. It's probably familiar to you. You probably heard it all over the place. The 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it. Right? If something takes that little time, just get it done. This rule leverages the brain's reward system, right? Starting a task activates the brain's motivation center, which releases dopamine and builds momentum. Right? A 2016 study in Nature Neuroscience showed that the anticipation of reward actually activates the brain's motivation centers, reinforcing the power of small wins to drive motivation. So, give this a try. Next time you think I'll do it later, ask yourself, is this going to take less than 2 minutes? And then do it. No debate. Just do it. Be Nike. All right. 2-minute rule number 1. Number 2, time blocking with tech. Time blocking with tech. All right. Now, what you can do is you can use digital tools like Google Calendar or Notion to schedule focus blocks of time for a specific task. Why does this work? Well, time blocking helps shift your mindset from a vague intention to a structured commitment. It also supports autonomy and competence, two psychological needs to reduce procrastination. In a 2024 study, BCM Psychology found that the future time perspective and basic psychological needs satisfaction, that's autonomy, competence, and readiness, were negatively associated with procrastination. Time blocking fosters these needs by giving you control and clarity. So try this. And I do this, especially when I did this when I was in radio promotions. Color code your calendar. Color code your calendar. Make creative task blue. Make it administration task gray, self-care green. Turn your week into visual rhythm. You don't have to use the same colors, but whatever colors you want to use for these things. But put it together and fill your calendar. Fill your calendar. All right, that's number 2. Number 3, before we get into that, if you're enjoying the episode, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, spread the word. I'd love to have you and your friends join us on this journey. And hopefully you're getting something out of it. I appreciate it. All right, let's get to number 3. Temptation bundling. Temptation bundling. What is that? All right. Pair a task you should do with something you want to do. Does that make sense? Pair the task that you should be doing with something that you want to do. All right. The strategy, coined by a behavioral economist Kathy Milkman, helps people with limited willpower engage in beneficial behavior by bundling them with pleasurable ones. In a 2013 field experience published by Management Science, participants who bundled gym workouts with audiobooks visited the gym 51% more frequently than the control group. Try this. Only watch your favorite Netflix show while you're doing meal prep. Or sip your fancy coffee while answering emails. Doing two things just might be the secret to prevent that procrastination. All right, that's number 3. Number 4. Now, number 4 is one that I've been working on for the past month, and I can honestly say this has really, really helped me. Micro goals. Micro goals. Break the task into ridiculously small, manageable steps. That's micro goals. Micro goals reduce the overwhelming feeling that you have, and triggers dopamine release with each small win. And that small little thing just builds momentum, right? Tiny, tiny doable things, incredibly simple things. But as we put them together and stack them up, we start to build that momentum and get that energy. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that breaking down goals into sub-goals significantly reduces volunteer engagement and sustained effort over time. There was this one place I worked with in the training department. They would say, you got your big rocks and you got your small rocks. How can you turn your big rocks into small rocks? Same thing. Take micro goals and then pull together those wins. Start building, right? Try this. Don't write the report. If you have a report to do, don't write it. Just open the doc, right? That's a small win. Then write the title, right? You're not climbing Mount Everest. You're stepping onto the first rock. What's the other analogy about having to eat a whole elephant? You don't try to eat the whole elephant. You start at the tail and take a piece at a time. Or you don't build an entire wall. You build it brick by brick by brick. It's the same thing. Tiny, small steps create big wins. All right, here we go. Number 5, the self-compassion check-in. The self-compassion check-in. Pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now before judging your procrastination? Why does this work? Well, self-compassion reduces stress, shame, and they're important major drivers of procrastination. Plus, it helps you respond with curiosity instead of criticism. A study published in Self and Identity found that people with higher compassion or higher self-compassion procrastinate less and experience lower stress. Be compassionate with yourself. Try this. Next time you catch yourself procrastinating, take a breath and ask yourself, if my best friends were feeling this way, what would I say to them? Then say it to yourself. Be your biggest fan. Love yourself. Love yourself. All right. Now, we just went through our 5. These aren't hacks, right? Not quick, simple things. These are mindset shifts, right? Procrastination isn't your enemy. It's the signal. And when you listen with compassion and respond with strategy, you don't just get things done. You actually grow. So let's try something together before we end our time together. Together. I've said together like 15 times. So let's try something, all right? It's called a 5-minute reset. Now, if you're driving, hold off. But if you're not, all right, what we want to do is the following. You're going to close your eyes. Okay, this is our 5-minute reset. And I do this at least 2 or 3 times during the day. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Now, imagine the task you've been avoiding. Don't judge it. Don't judge it. I know you want to judge it. Don't do it. Just notice it, like a cloud floating by. Ask yourself gently, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of? What would it feel like to take one small step? What would it feel like? Breathe again. Take that air in, and as you exhale, imagine the task becoming lighter, less threatening. Just a thing, not a monster. Now say to yourself, I don't have to finish it. I just have to begin. I don't have to finish this. I just have to begin. Let that be your mantra. I just have to begin. I just have to begin. Taking one more deep breath. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Now open them. Go ahead and open your eyes, folks. So here's the challenge. Here's the challenge for the day. Hopefully that'll help you. Okay. So what I want you to do is this. Grab a sticky note and write down one task you've been avoiding. All right. What is it? Anything. And I want you to break it into the tiniest possible steps. The tiniest possible steps. What's that first step? That first step needs to be the most easiest, simplest thing you can do. Then do it. Do it right now. And when you're done, celebrate. Seriously. Fist bump, break dance, do whatever. I don't know. Because progress isn't about perfection. It's about movement. And you've taken a step. So let's take that step and be excited about it and happy about it so we can build and grow on it. Folks, that's it for today. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need it. Like and subscribe our podcast for more motivational content. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Threads, TikTok for even more inspiration. And please, please, please pick up the book, The Ways of Compromise, coming out on digital and paperback this Friday, Black Friday, November 28th. I want to thank you so much for joining us for episode 121 of the Catalyst Podcast. We look forward to seeing you next time for 122. Go be great.